Good morning. If you would please put your palms together for a meditation reading. The teachings of the Buddha help us to understand the oneness of all life, to lead us in the right direction. The Buddha provided us with the Eightfold Path. From the Shin Buddhist Service Book. If you would please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandos, Namandos, Namandos. This is a challenging time. The coronavirus has taken a toll on all of us. Scientists and researchers are working hard to find a vaccine for this scary thing. However, until then, we discover that we are innovators, inventors, organizers, and supervisors. The children are home and we have shelter in place. We manage our household by having to schedule working hours and shopping, as well as our children's school hours. We have found new ways to entertain our children while still working at home. We had to organize schedules so that we can get all the errands done. We have invented ways to occupy the day. So many responsibilities, and yet there is some positive aspects to this time. This time has brought families closer together. We have learned to talk with each other, and we have realized how grown up our children have become. Some people have even been able to clean out a closet or two. It has brought the family back to the dining table as a family. It has also given us time to think. But we must also ask ourselves, what more can I do to help prevent the further spread of this virus? We are all at risk. We may not show any symptoms. However, we may unconsciously carry the virus within us. There are so many people who do not believe this virus will affect them, and yet it has. We cannot go out to our favorite restaurants, socialize with our friends, or some of us are now working at home. Instead of children going to school, they are being taught electronically. Parents have now become teachers, nurses, and doctors at times. It is affecting us in so many ways. In our Buddhist tradition, we have many teachings shared by the Buddha. These teachings can be referred to as precepts. These precepts are just general rules that can help us to balance our behavior and thoughts. They are life lessons that try to make our everyday life more peaceful and with less struggle. We use them every day, but without putting a label on them. We are human beings and sometimes forget these lessons. We try to practice and hear the Eightfold Path. We try to practice right views, free from prejudice or discrimination. Right thoughts, to turn our minds away from violence and hatred. Right speech, refraining from harmful talk and to use our words wisely. Right conduct, our actions come from peace and goodwill. Right livelihood, earning a living that does not cause suffering to others. Right energy, in promoting to overcome ignorance and destructive desires. Right mindfulness, to have a good mind, for what we think and do comes from the mind. Right meditation, to study the self, to the teachings of the Buddha, and to truly practice them to the best we can. I talk about these teachings because nowadays it is so important to reflect on our thoughts and behaviors. There are many people who are too short-tempered or fed up and taking their actions out on others, verbally and sometimes physically. We must make a more conscientious effort to use our lessons. We have had shelter in place for over 2 months, and our nerves are a bit frayed, and we feel as though our rights have been violated. We still have rights. They have only been modified for a little while. We must make a societal conscientiousness to stop being so selfish. We now think of others before ourselves. I understand wearing masks is suffocating. Shelter in place is becoming claustrophobic, and keeping social distancing is difficult. But we must all do our part. We do not want to be the cause of sufferings to others. It just takes a little effort and patience and thought on our part. If we find ourselves losing our tempers more quickly or lashing out at people, it is the time to remember Namu Amida Butsu. The Nembutsu can give us time to breathe, even out our temper, and to give the time for thought. As difficult as it is, let us be more aware of ourselves, our actions, and our frustrations. It is a good time to stop and think, to look within ourselves, and to search for the true self. When we feel that moment of relief, it is only Namu Amida Butsu. We tend to always see the negative side of situations, and we forget Nembutsu. It is our gratitude and thankfulness for health for others and ourselves, helping us to see our positives and what we are as human beings. It makes us stop and think. In the days to come, it is only Namu Amida Butsu. We must be patient for the okay to go back to work or to get our lives back into the normal flow. But it is also our gratitude that we are still healthy, that a vaccine will soon come, and are entrusting in the Buddha for guidance, direction, and patience. When we take these precautions, we are living the Buddha Dharma. If you would please, put your palms together for closing Gassho. Namu Amida Butsu, 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 Namu Amida Butsu.